to license it.
Meep, meep.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a Maisto Ford F-150 pickup truck. This is a very special build today because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm participating in a 3 Blind Mice Painted Pink Invitational Build-Off to increase awareness for the second leading cause of cancer deaths among women. I wanted to choose a super manly vehicle, and I thought the F-150 fit the bill. So you will see me strip it down and prime it and paint it pink. I'm going to swap out the interior as well as add some extra fog lights on the roof rack and a push bar over the front grille. Stay tuned and watch the transformation take place. Every build starts out in the bench vise where I drill out those rivets that are holding it together. And it usually pops apart pretty easily. This is a plastic base with a lift kit on it, as many pickup trucks have. It's a 2-seat sport interior. Windshield is in very good condition, but it will still get brushed up and cleaned. And I had to use my scalpel knife to cut out the plastic tabs under the truck bed that are holding on the roll cage and the fog lights. But that's no problem. A little bit of glue at reassembly time will hold that in place. You see there's no back gate. There's this mesh treatment, and it has a couple of breaks in it that I'm going to need to repair. No big deal. That's an easy job. The wheels on this one are good, and I'm not going to beef them up. I'm just going to refurbish these ones and keep them original. Yeah, I've seen worse than that. And I might do a little bit of chrome pen on the bottom of the undercarriage. We'll see. Everything goes in one little basket to keep all the pieces in place. How many times have I got to the end of a build and I can't find the windshield or an axle or something? Too many times. I swap out my drill bit for a number 2, which is the correct size to open up these posts to accept a M2 screw. Sometimes it's a delicate operation. This one's pretty tough and it goes without any problem at all, but I do like to do a test fit at this point just to make sure everything is in good condition, and I will leave those screws in while I'm doing the paint stripping and the repainting so that the cleared out posts don't get any gunk inside of them. I've been asked a few times why I don't tap out the rivets, and that's because I have a bag of self-tapping screws, and they work marvelously well, and it saves me that one little step of threading them myself. All of the plastic bits and even the metal body were kind of extra dirty in this case, so I'm using my ultrasonic wash, and I put it on for just 5 or 6 minutes maximum, and it's got a little vibrations. It's ultrasonic. but I still give them a little brush up when I bring them out. And I have a look to see what kind of condition things are in. These ones are all very good shape. And today's windshield looks really pretty. So I gave it a hot soapy water brushing with the toothbrush, but it still gets dunked into the clear Pledge Revive It floor polish for extra shine and durability. Look at that. It looks brand new. In production since 1948, the F-Series is a range of full-size pickup trucks. As of current production, the most popular version of the F-Series is this, the F-150, now in its 14th generation. It's been the best-selling pickup truck in the United States since 1977 and the highest-selling vehicle overall since 1981. The F-Series is also the best-selling vehicle in Canada. As of the 2018 model year, the F-Series generated $41 billion in annual revenue for Ford. My blue paint stripping gel has done a wonderful job, and you can see it coming off with no resistance at all. And it's time for some bare metal detail. I'm keeping the old school skills alive today and taking out my brass brush. And it's not nearly as abrasive as it looks, but it's certainly enough to remove any residual paint that gets in these crevices and shot lines in the doors and the grills. And I have a quick look at it to see if there's any defects or casting lines that need to be attended to, and there is not in this case. So I change to a Scotch-Brite attachment on my Dremel tool because I like the finish that this gives. This is the last step before it goes into paint. And as always, any extra time and care that you give at this stage produces a much nicer result in the end. I don't always give it a polish, but in this case I decided to. Autosol is a popular brand in Europe. And I changed the Dremel attachment again to a buffing wheel. Probably no more than 5 or 6 minutes involved in this, and a final rub down, one last look across the casting, and I'm satisfied with that. So far so good with the F-150. Now for the fun part. We're into the spray booth, and degreasing is the very final step. Clean off any impurities before the paint application. I use a lot of Tamiya products in this hobby, and I'm particularly fond of the primer paint spray that they have. That's one of my go-to products. Warning, safety glasses required, because here comes the hot pink glitter. Hey, if you're gonna go pink, get serious about it, right? Can you see the glitter flying around this video? It's fantastic stuff. And under the lights you can see. I would never paint my Ford F-150 this color, but this is a serious cause this month, so let's do it. You want an attention-getting car for a cause that needs to get some attention and awareness. I've added a little bit of bling here. These are my fog lights, and on the front grille I put a few extra ones. No trouble seeing in the dark. Those are just little rhinestones that I found at the dollar store. As promised, I'm keeping the original wheels, but they do need a little touch-up, so I re-chromed the inside spokes, and this is a little bit of black wash to cover up some of the well-worn spots. The original interior on the F-50 was broken on this fold-down dashboard, and it's missing a steering wheel, as you can see. So I went into the Boneyard junk box to find a donor steering wheel, and this little made-in-China Testarossa is exactly the right size, and I was about to clip that steering wheel off, glue it onto my interior and paint it black, and I thought, you know what, it's actually going to look very good in white. Only a little bit of modification was required here, and it's ready to go. You'll see that at the reassembly stage. Special decals go on a special build, and because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I decided to go with a pink ribbon, and this is going to be intentionally a little bit subtle. It's pink on pink, but I make my own decals, and I applied a very fine black outline to the ribbon. And once I finish applying this with some decal set, I'll hold it up and you'll get a glimpse of it. Up close it looks pretty sharp. Subtlety is the word. And I created a single decal for each of the doors. And the message of this build is hope. I have to reposition that a little bit, squeegee out the air bubbles and excess water with a Q-tip. The decal set always melts it right into contour to the lines. And there we have it. It's not over the top. It's exactly the look and the message that I wanted for this build. And every pickup truck needs a bed liner. This is going to be strip cedar. This is simply some regular school white glue. It goes into the back, and it's going to be sufficient because the roll cage is going to be affixed to the top of this through those holes. So it's going to hold just fine. Well, let's put it back together and see what we have. I had to take some time to put the windshield in and affix the interior. It was a little bit loose because it's not original to the casting, but it's just fine now. The plastic base with a little detailing on the undercarriage snaps back into place just as it should. And the pre-fit and pre-tested M2 screws go right back in. But that's not the final touch, because we've got these extra pieces, some original and some add-ons that I have created just for this build. From the dollar store, I got a box of rhinestones in various sizes, and I always think for a 164 die-cast, they make excellent headlights, and in this case they're extra fog lights, and you'll see I applied them to the front grille and also to the roll bar on the top. That's just a nice effect. We're going for glitter and bling today. I think I've achieved that. And the final touch is this, I call it a push bar. And I'll do a little bit of gluing and put some activator spray on that off camera. And here's what I ended up with today. It's a manly Ford F-150. But we are all touched by breast cancer in one way or another. Whether you or a loved one are worried about developing breast cancer, have just been diagnosed, are going through breast cancer treatment now, or are trying to stay well after treatment, everyone knows someone who is affected. So to all of those in my circle of family and friends and others worldwide who are bravely fighting the breast cancer battle before, during, or after, I raise my glass. And just like all of my restoration builds, they start out as caterpillars, then they end up as butterflies. There is new life and there's new hope for everybody. I hope this build and the others who are participating in the 3 Blind Mice Invitational raised awareness for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe and come back often. It's coffee time.